What's up, everybody? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the Blue Wire podcast network. We are here in the Blue Wire studio in the Wynn Hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. Super excited to be here. I'm joined today by Jeff Erickson of RotoWire, Daniel Starkand of DodgerBlue.com, and today we're doing something that I love to do. We're making bold predictions about the Dodgers, specifically the second half of the season from here on out. I think we've got 7 as a group. So remember, these are bold, okay? These aren't the most likely things in the world to happen. There's varying degrees of likelihood. But if we were placing some big bets and wanting long odds, this is where we would go. So Daniel Starkand, I'll start with you. Give me 2 bold predictions for the Dodgers in the second half of the season.
Okay, let me start with the less bold one, I'd say. Okay. I think, first of all, the production we saw from the rookies in the first half was kind of hit or miss. Like, some of those guys came up and did well. But I think between Outman, Vargas, and Michael Busch, I think we're going to see one of those 3 guys in the postseason lineup, like almost on an everyday basis. If I had to guess, I think Outman is kind of the leader in the clubhouse for that. Miguel Vargas just got optioned, so he's going to figure out some things at the AAA level. But I think when the playoffs start, when the Dodgers put out their Game 1 lineup, I think at least one of the rookies is going to be in it. So that, I don't think that's super bold. I think probably my more bold prediction, I think Walker Buehler is going to make the postseason roster. And usually I tread lightly with Tommy John, especially. It's a guy having his second Tommy John surgery. He's a guy that the organization has a lot invested in him. He's one of the faces of the franchise, so they definitely don't want to rush him back. But I just know, like, the type of competitor that Walker is. I know how hard he's been working to get back, and if there's anyone could do it, I think it's him. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be their ace in the playoffs or anything, but I think it would be in a bullpen type role. There's not going to be enough time to get him stretched out to be making full starts, but maybe in a 1 to 2 inning bullpen type role. I think that's something we're going to see in the playoffs, and I'm looking forward to it.
So, Jeff, that dovetails nicely into what I know is one of your bold predictions. So give me your Walker Buehler bold prediction.
Walker Buehler throws more innings in the second half of the season than Noah Syndergaard does for the Dodgers.
Okay, I like it.
I think you're right. I think he is going to be in the bullpen. I do think it's going to be a situation where he's like David Price when he was a rookie with the Rays, comes in for 2 innings at the end of the game. Maybe he's not the closer, but he's going to be the guy that bridges things to Evan Phillips. I mean, that's been the problem all year long for the Dodger bullpen. Getting games, you're losing so many games in the 6th and 7th inning, but you go max effort on Walker Buehler for 2 innings. Let's have it.
Okay, give me your second one.
Miguel Vargas ends the year in a different organization.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I think he's going I think he's been too passive at the plate. I know I'm a sabermetric guy. I know you are too, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, OBP is life. Life is OBP. I think he's been too passive at the plate.
Yeah.
I think he really needs a change. I think he may need a change of scenery. I think he needs to be on a team where he can play first base. Okay. I think playing second base has gotten into his head a little bit offensively. You see this all the time where young players get moved out of position and they play somewhere where they're really sweating the defense the whole time. I think that's happened to him a little bit there. I think he needs a change of scenery.
Okay, well, that is a bold prediction, and right now the change of scenery is Oklahoma City. But we did a whole segment on
this time of year, by the way.
We did a whole segment on trade deadline stuff, and the Dodgers, if they want to make a run at Shohei Ohtani or somebody like that, I mean, Vargas could potentially be included in that. I'll give you 3 bold predictions pretty quickly. The first one, which doesn't feel bold to me, but feels bold to our commenters much of the time. I think the Dodgers are going to be fine. I think they win the division by 6 or more games, actually. I think the Diamondbacks are very good. I just think the Dodgers are better. I think the Diamondbacks come back to earth and regress. I think the Dodgers are a little bit better in the second half, especially with some trade deadline moves. So I've got that as my first. My second one, Daniel talked about the postseason roster. I think the Dodgers have 3 guys on their postseason roster who are currently in different organizations. I think they make multiple trades and they add multiple pieces who will be playoff contributors. We joked beforehand, maybe that number's too low. Maybe it should be 4 or 5 guys. Yeah. Very well could be. My last one, Julio Urias. I think he's going to be fine. I know the ERA right now is really bad. I think he ends the season with an ERA under 4, which doesn't sound awesome, but that basically means he has to be a low 3s ERA guy and give you 75 innings the second half. I think we get that from Julio Urias. So I think the Dodgers win the division by 6 games. I think they make a bunch of trades. And I think Julio Urias, I'm not saying he goes back to Cy Young Julio, but I think he settles into a number 2 starter that you feel really good about. If Clayton Kershaw comes back healthy, all of a sudden the top of the rotation, something you feel a little better. So there you go. There's 7 quick, bold predictions about the Dodgers in the second half of the season. Let us know which one you think is the best, which one you think is the worst, and if you've got a bold prediction of your own as well, drop that in the comments below. My name is Jeff Spiegel. This is Jeff Erickson, Daniel Starkand. We appreciate you joining us here on DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com. Enjoy the rest of your day, and of course, go Dodgers.